Hello and welcome to SW News. This is me, Aarti. India's Citizenship Act is bad and sad. These were the words of Microsoft Chief Executive Officer Satya Nadella. He was speaking at a Microsoft event for editors. He was asked by the Buzzfeed editor-in-chief, Ben Smith, about the recent controversy around CAA and what he thought about it. Nadella said, "I think what is happening is sad. Primarily, as sort of someone who grew up there, I think it's just bad." He said that I would love to see a Bangladeshi immigrant who comes to India and creates the next unicorn in India or becomes the next chief executive officer of Infosys. Now, he was probably referring to his own experience of many other Indian origin professionals who are today the top bosses at Silicon Valley. Nadella himself grew up in Hyderabad, which is touted as India's technology hub. Currently, he is American citizen and is heading Microsoft. Now, soon after his address to the editors, Microsoft India on its Twitter handle shared a statement by Nadella. The statement read as follows: "Every country will and should define its borders, protect national security, and set immigration policies accordingly. And in democracies, that is something that the people and their governments will debate and define within those bounds. I am shaped by my Indian heritage, growing up in multicultural India, and by immigrant experience in the United States. My hope is for an India where an immigrant can aspire to found a prosperous startup or lead a multinational corporation benefiting Indian society and the economy at large." Now, he is the first among the Indian origin Silicon Valley top bosses to speak over the controversial Citizenship Amendment Act, which has been seen in the West as an anti-Muslim act. The bill seeks to grant citizenship to Hindus, Sikhs, Christians, Parsis and Buddhists from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. The naturalization period for these religious communities and Muslims differ too. Thus, it has been widely criticized for being discriminatory. There have been protests across India in Delhi, Mumbai, UP's Lucknow, Muzaffarnagar, Bengaluru and many other small towns. But the government has refused to budge to the protests, which are only scaling up. The act was notified in the Gazette on January 10, even as the protests are going on against it in many parts of the country. Well, Satya Nadella's statement quickly invited reactions from Indians around the corner. Historian Ramchandra Guha took it to Twitter and said that he is glad that Nadella spoke up. He said that, "I wish that one of our own IT czars had the courage and wisdom to say this first, or to say it even now." But on the other hand, there are pro-CAA individuals who are slamming Nadella, calling him ill-informed. BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi said that Satya Nadella's comments are the perfect example of why literates need to be educated. On her Twitter, she wrote that precise reason for CAA is to grant opportunities to persecuted minorities from Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. How about granting these opportunities to Syrian Muslims instead of Yazidis in USA? Definitely, Satya Nadella's comments have not gone down well with the BJP. Moreover, the statement comes just a day after Prime Minister Modi at Belur Math in Kolkata said that since India passed CAA, world has become aware of Pakistan's atrocities on its own minorities. While there is no denying that there are persecuted minorities in Pakistan, saying that the CAA has helped bring it to the world's notice is nothing but an attempt to ignore the fact. And the fact has not been very pleasing for the ruling BJP government. Since the act has been passed, international press has termed it anti-Muslim. Several publications have reported that there are fears of Muslims being stateless after the combination of CAA and NRC. We have in the past done a detailed video on it, that how the foreign publications have received the event of Indian Parliament passing the CAB and the subsequent protests, the campus violence, the police action at Jamia, the police action at Muzaffarnagar. The international media has not minced its words, and it definitely has not been very kind when it came to criticism of CAA and NRC. But that's not it. We have in our past videos asked how the recent incidents, be it CAA, NRC, lynchings, etc., have shaped up India's image in foreign countries. We had also done a video on Kishore Mariwala's experience in Phuket, where he was asked whether he would mind that the only sailor available was Muslim. He asked the manager why is he asking such a question, And why should he mind whether his sailor is Muslim or for that matter for any other religion? So then the manager said that they have read in the newspapers that Hindus don't want Muslims near them, and that's why the company was worried about sending a Muslim sailor with him. Mariwala says that he was ashamed beyond words when he heard this. He then asked a very pertinent question in his Facebook post, and that was, is India's reputation abroad amongst the common people? But the issue is just not limited to that. It is also how the government responds to the critics who bring to the notice the problem in the system and with the system. Look how BJP MP slammed Satya Nadella, saying that being literate does not mean being educated. Not only this, the entire ecosystem of supporters, cadres, workers jump into the defense, targeting anyone who criticizes. In this context, BJP leaders have issued threats, even life threats, to people criticizing CAA. UP Minister Raghuraj Singh said that he will bury anyone who criticizes PM Modi and CM Yogi. A Haryana BJP MLA had said that it is Modi Shah's India and now they possess enough power to wipe out those against CAA and NRC. This also shows that the BJP is not able to handle the critics or the situation like it should as a responsible ruling party in a mature democracy. Why the criticism is met with abuses and derogatory mocking remarks, or as we have seen in the above cases, a death threat. One example, or rather victim of this, is Deepika Padukone. When the government launched an outreach program, it invited several Bollywood personalities. That was the best way to communicate and reach out to the influencers. We see it even today. But the invitation should have been extended to the critics in the Bollywood as well. And those who do not agree to the view should not be systematically targeted. When Deepika Padukone stood alongside Aishe Ghosh and Kanhaiya Kumar at JNU, she invited trolls and criticism and even abuses. Some claim that it was a PR stunt to promote her movie Chapak. There were calls to boycott her film, there were fake ticket cancellations, bad ratings, stating the reason that she stood with the students of JNU who were protesting the attack. According to reports, leading brands have taken a step back over her association with the brands. The report also says that some channels have decided to limit the number of ads shown on their channels. And all of this ecosystem is boosted when people in position of power decide to give a knee-jerk reaction. Smriti Irani, Union Minister, responding to Deepika Padukone's visit, said that she has chosen to stand with the people who said Bharat tere tukde honge, and that her political affiliations have been clear now.
Her government, because 150 Bollywood, but Deepika Padukone suddenly landed up yesterday in JNU. What do you think?
I think I would rather know what her political affiliation is than not know. I think that anybody who has read the news knew where you're going to stand. Knew that you're going to stand with people who wanted the destruction of India. Knew that you're standing with people who celebrate every time a CRPF Jawan is killed. She knew that she's standing with people who they actually hit some girls in private parts with lathis. So she stood next to them. That is her right. I can't deny her that right. No, I'm saying, you asked me about a specific actor. I can't deny her the right that she will stand with people who will beat other girls who don't see eye to eye with them ideologically in private parts. No, that's her freedom. And she made her political affiliation known in 2011. That she supports the Congress party. I think the problem which has happened is there are a lot of people who are in shock. They didn't know. There were a lot of people who were admirers or possibly who watched a lot of her films. They didn't know. For them it was a shock.
You don't think this focus in university when everything happening on the street is the genuine threat to your...
I think that the vibrancy of the democracy that we are depends on, like I said, we live with so many people saying so many things. We live in a democracy where communists want to go to power with a democratic process. It's an oxymoron. As far as Deepika goes, I rather know where she stands.
My only
She's
request.
student level. It's her right. Stand next to people who say Bharat Tere Tukde Honge.
Such reactions give an impression that the government cannot handle even the slight bit of criticism. The Indian government thus will be looked at as increasingly intolerant towards the other view. This is definitely not a good image for India. Be it Satya Nadella or Deepika Padukone, criticism should be respected instead of ridiculing it. While the passing of CAA and police excesses have already dented India's image globally, acts of increased hostility towards the critics is surely making it worse. Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Now, you can also download our HW News app on your Android Play Store and Apple Store. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter.